Helping a stranger's ship. I had no idea. She was an alien princess searching for her
mate.
The night sky shimmered with silver light as Daniel adjusted his hood and walked along the quiet country road. He often came here to escape the chaos of the city, to breathe fresh air and gaze at the stars. But tonight, the stars weren't the only things sparkling. Above him, something tore across the sky, a streak of emerald fire.
It
blazed low, shivered, and veered sharply, before crashing toward the woods less than a mile away. The ground shook slightly, and Daniel froze, his heart pounding. A meteor? No, too controlled, too deliberate. Driven by both curiosity and fear, he broke into a run. Branches snapped under his boots as he pushed through the dense trees. And there it was, a sleek craft unlike anything on Earth, half buried in the
soil.
Its hull glowed faintly with lines of shifting blue, as if alive, vents hissing softly. The air smelled of burnt metal. Daniel's pulse
raced.
He was standing in front of a spaceship, and then he saw her. A figure stumbled out, clutching her side. She was tall, slender, her silver hair catching the moonlight like threads of starlight. Her eyes, deep violet, met his with a mix of fear and relief. Her clothes shimmered like woven crystal, though torn and burned from the crash. "Please," she whispered, her voice melodic but strained.
"The
stabilizer is failing. I can't fix it alone." Daniel, still half believing he was dreaming, forced himself forward. "Tell me what to do." She pointed to a glowing panel inside the craft. Strange symbols flickered across it. Her hands shook, blood seeping from her fingers. Daniel steadied her against the side of the ship. She was warm, her skin oddly luminous. He climbed into the cockpit, heart racing, and followed her guidance. She instructed quickly, showing him to insert crystal rods into humming slots, press plates until they glowed with
light.
Somehow, the language barrier melted. He understood her not just by words, but through a strange resonance in his mind. Minutes stretched like hours. Finally, the ship gave a deep hum, system stabilizing.
She
sank back in relief. "You saved me," she murmured, eyes fixed on him.
"No.
Humans should have been able to operate this ship. Yet you did, Daniel." Help her sit on a nearby log.
"Who are
you?" She hesitated, weighing whether to reveal her truth. Then she stood taller, dignity returning despite her injuries. "I am Princess Leora of Valera," she said softly. "My people are scattered among the stars. I was on a sacred mission to choose my mate, one who would stand beside me, but my enemies tried to end my life before I could return home." Daniel blinked. "Princess? Mate?" He laughed shakily. "I think you landed on the wrong planet." Her eyes did not flinch. Maybe not. They sat in silence, the hum of the ship behind them. Daniel felt strangely connected to her, as if an invisible thread had tied them the moment their eyes met. She studied him, expression unreadable, yet her gaze lingered, more than curiosity. "Why did you help me?" she finally asked. "Because you needed it," Daniel replied simply. "You were alone, hurt. Anyone would have." "Not anyone," she said softly. "Compassion is rare, even among the stars." The night deepened. Daniel covered her wound with his jacket, pressing until her strange biology healed itself. She shared pieces of her world, a crystalline ocean, cities built of light, a throne waiting for her return. Beneath her royal poise was a quiet vulnerability, one she bore alone. When the ship stabilized enough for departure, she rose, swaying. Daniel supported her, She placed her hand over
his.
There is something you must know, she said. My journey was a test to see
Whom fate would guide me to.
Tonight, fate guided me to you. Daniel's breath caught. I'm just a mechanic from Earth. You are more, she insisted, violet eyes glowing.
You
fixed what you could not understand. You protected me without question.
That
is the strength my people honor. Her words lingered in the cool night air. Daniel wanted to laugh in disbelief, but the sincerity in her eyes stopped him. She leaned close, forehead nearly touching his. I must leave, she whispered. But when I return, I will not come as a stranger. You have already been chosen. She pulled away, her silver hair brushing his cheek like falling starlight. She boarded the vessel. The ship rose on a column of light. Daniel shielded his eyes as it soared, piercing the heavens until it vanished. Among the stars, silence returned to the
woods.
Daniel stood alone the night, colder without her. Yet inside, a strange warmth burned, a certainty he could not explain. He looked to the stars, wondering which one belonged to her, and whispered, I'll be here somewhere beyond sight. Princess Leora of Valera flew toward destiny, but she carried Earth in her heart, now carried him. And Daniel knew, deep down this was not the end, but only the beginning. The ship's engines roared, casting the clearing in radiant blue light. Daniel shielded his face, but never took his eyes from Leora. She paused at the ramp, her figure a silhouette against the glowing hull. You've changed my fate, she called over the rising hum. My people believe destiny is written in the stars. But tonight, destiny wore a human face. Daniel swallowed hard.
And what happens now?
Her smile was soft, almost sad. Now I return home, but the choosing ritual is not finished. I cannot deny what I felt tonight. When I look at you, I see more than a savior. I see the one the stars meant me to
find.
Before he could answer, she descended the ramp, pressing her forehead to his. Warmth spread through his chest, as if she had branded something eternal into his soul. Wait for me, she whispered. When I return, it will not be as a stranger. It will be as the one who chose you. And then she was gone. The ship lifted, tearing through the canopy, vanishing into the glittering dark. Silence crashed back over the forest. Daniel stood, alone, heart pounding, breath misting in the night air. He should have felt abandoned, yet instead he felt tethered to something greater, an invisible bond stretching beyond the stars. He looked up, spotting a single bright violet light twinkling in the distance. He smiled faintly. She'll come back, he murmured, and I'll be ready. The stars remained silent, but they burned brighter, as if they already knew